Hi, this is Acme with the US stock highlights here on Share Talk for Wednesday, the 13th of January. Starting off with Gevo, where it's a frequent flyer of this stock in this particular sweep. We've broken the old December resistance there at $5.15, and the big picture here is that while we're above that, looking for an $8.80 target, which is an old June resistance line projection. Ideally, there's an end-of-day close today above $6.90. which was a previous target, and through that we can then get the $8.80 target perhaps as soon as the end of this month. Another stock to keep an eye on at the moment is Canoe, and the reason for that is we've gapped to the upside. In fact, that's an island reversal or bottoming formation there for the shares after the gap down at the end of December and the gap higher today. The view at this stage is that while we're above today's intraday low at $18.05 and at least the top of the latest gap, then we're looking hopefully towards a top of September rising trend channel target as high as $27.50, hopefully as soon as the end of next month. Stock which is being noted all over the place today is GameStop, stock that we've covered before, and we've had our different targets. One of the targets here has been hit rather easily today with the $32 level, and that's a line from back in August, above $32 on an end-of-day close basis, and we could open up the prospect of a further gain for GameStop as high as $50, which is that red resistance line projection from back in November. Hopefully that target could be hit as soon as the end of next month, particularly, of course, while we remain above $32. Stock which I haven't covered before, but I wish I had, is the one that's coming up now. Lithium Americas, obviously it's in a good space in terms of its day job. Here we've had an easy clearance for the start of January through the old October resistance at $16.97, and a fresh new high for January above the previous one at $19.95, so an end of day close above $19.95. Hopefully leading the stock towards the $30 area at the top of the rising July trend channel, and that could hopefully be hit as soon as the end of next month. This stage only really well below the recent swing low around $17, really delaying the upside scenario. Onto a stock which is encouraging as well at the moment, one of those micro cap and small ticket share price situations. Northern Dynasty Minerals, we've gapped through the 50-day moving average at 52 cents, and also through neckline resistance, initial January resistance at 48 cents. So while we're above 48, looking for hopefully the top of a rising trend channel from the end of October, currently promising a target as high as $1.20 over the next 1 to 2 months, perhaps going into March for that particular target. Stock which is high profile to say the least is Nkla Corporation. Here we've got shares attempting to build a sustained floor after the bear trap that we had at the end of December. What was the low there? Around $13.50. Current situation is that we seem to have broken back above both the 50-day moving average and recent neckline resistance, so we can call that around the $19.58 level. And while there's, if we can maintain that level on an end of day close basis, $19.58, and the 50-day line just below that, then we should hopefully have an initial target here, as we've already tried, towards today's peak at 22.63, and after that, on a 1 to 2 month view, the top of a broadening triangle from September as high as $32 could be the target, say, by the end of March. So everything to play for there, and probably only back below the $16.50 area. The last swing low for the shares really delaying the upside scenario. Onto a stock which is arguably the best looking setup of the day, Nspr MD. The reason for saying that is we've got that extended base, and the current breakout through the initial through the neckline of the post-June neckline resistance, and also the initial resistance of January at 61 cents. Above that particular level on an end-of-day close basis, even an end-of-week close basis, then we're looking hopefully towards the top of a June broadening triangle as high as $1.30, hopefully as soon as the end of March for that situation, maybe a bit sooner. Covered the next stock quite a few times, and Nndm seems to be powering ahead. The initial target here was up to the $12.50 area, and that looks like it'll be hit hopefully as soon as by the end of this week or next week. But the bigger picture target over the next 2 to 3 months upgraded now towards $25, which is the top of a rising September 2019 price channel. So by the end of March, if we can get a decent weekly close through $12.50, that could be the setup for the shares. Support, I suppose, coming in just below the recent January initial support around the $8 mark. So above $8, very much in bull mode there, an accelerating bull mode for Nndm. Stock which is, I think, new to this particular space, but has a great name, to say the least. Plenty of technical ammunition here for ammo. Easily broken the initial target that we had there around $5.60, and powered ahead, and now we've got a new fresh possible destination for the shares up at $15, which is a May resistance line projection. Hopefully the way things are going, that could be hit as soon as the end of next month, and perhaps even as soon as the end of this month. The only problem, I suppose, in the interim is trying to work out where the stop loss would be on the situation. It's difficult to make it much tighter than the $6 level, so that's a slight problem there. I suppose that old resistance from the mid part of 2018 running through the $7 level might be a reasonable place to have your money management in terms of that particular stock. But at least while we're above $7, 15 seems to be on the cards for ammo. Moving along to one of the stocks which created a great splash last year and seems to be back in favor now, Tlsa Life Sciences. Here you can see that shares are in a broadening triangle after the brief spike towards $12 last year. It's taken obviously some months to regroup. With the gap higher today above the 50-day moving average, very encouraging. And while we're above the 50-day line at $2.60 on an end-of-day close basis, looking towards the top of that broadening triangle as high as $5.50, hopefully as soon as the end of next month. But quite a decent signal there with the gap through recent 1-month resistance for Tlsa. Just a couple of stocks to go now. First one is Wimi Hologram, which I couldn't resist looking at, just a bit, if only on the name, which sounds pretty science fiction-like. Current situation is that we may have a bull trap through that November peak at $7.60, but an end-of-day close above $7.60, or end-of-week close, if we can get that, could take the shares up towards the top of the August rising trend channel at $9.70. Stop loss on the bull argument at the moment, back at the floor of the latest gap at $6.50. So above $6.50, the overall destination, hopefully towards $10, with that buy trigger at the end of day close through $7.60. Finishing off with Xela, which is Xela Technologies. Here we've had a great gap through both a resistance line there from last year and also neckline resistance on the chart around the $8 level. 80 cents level rather. Let's get the number right. So while we're above 80 cents on an end of day close basis, looking hopefully towards that February resistance line projection, currently promising a target as high as $2 rather, hopefully as soon as the end of next month. So basically above the 80 cents level up towards $2, hopefully by the end of next month on Xela. That's it for me today. More updates tomorrow.